Today we will be talking about the slope of a line. The slope is defined by a ratio, and that is the rise over the run. We've heard those terms before. The rise is how much a graph elevates or decreases moving from left to right, and the run is the increments along the x-axis. So, slope is defined. We use the letter M to signify slope, and that is our rise over the run. And so that's also determined, or we could say the rise is the difference in our y values versus the difference of our x values. So in this simple graph that I just drew up here, we're going to just count our y values and our x values from point to point. So I drew some points in here. One's here at the origin, and one's here at the point 2, 3. Okay? So we are going to count up to the point from this point, 1, 2, 3. So in this case, we have a difference of 3. It goes 3 in a positive direction. And then as you're moving left to right, it goes 1, 2. So our slope is 3 halves. We can do the same thing from this point. I drew the point 4, 6 right here. We can do the same thing. We go up 1, 1, 2, 3, and then over 1, 2. So we get the same slope. We could also do it going backwards if we wanted to. If we started at the origin and we wanted to go to this point, we would count down 1, 2, 3. So this would be a negative 3, and then we're going backwards, 1, 2, so a negative 2. And we know that a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so this is the same as a 3 halves slope. Okay, so let's say we don't have a graph. We're just given 2 points, and we want to find the slope if we were to connect those 2 points. So let's say we have the point 1, 7 and the point 9, 1. Okay. We are going to use the general form for slope, and that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's just a lot of notation. Basically, it is saying that we have 2 points. We're going to label one of them x1, y1, and x2, y2. Okay. Those little subscripts just mean that they're different. Okay. We can, let's just for now, let's make this point the one with the 2's on. We're going to subtract our y value. So we're going to do 1 minus 7, this 1 minus this 7, over 9 minus 1. So it's very important when we do slope, we have to subtract our values in the same order in the numerator and the denominator. Okay. In this case, 1 minus 7 is negative 6, 9 minus 1 is 8. And we can simplify that fraction, dividing each one by 2, it is negative 3/4. Let's say you chose to subtract in the other direction. Okay? So let's say we did in the numerator 7 minus 1. We have to subtract the denominator the same way, the x values, 1 minus 9. So here we get 6 over negative 8, and when we simplify, we get negative 3/4. You're going to get the same answer no matter which of these points you determine as number 2 and which one you do as number 1. Not a big deal. Just subtract them in the same order. That's all. Otherwise, you'll get a wrong answer. And the final thing is the overall shape of the slope of our graph. We have 4 different possibilities. We have a slope that might go like this, a slope that goes like that, a horizontal line, and a vertical line. Okay. When we have a slope that increases as we move from left to right, or that goes up, we call that a positive slope. When one goes down, like you're going down a hill, we call that a negative slope. If you have one that has a horizontal line where it doesn't go up or down, we call that zero slope. Okay? That kind of makes sense. It doesn't go up or down, it's zero. And then finally, there is the vertical line. This is the weirdest one. This one is undefined. We will learn why that is called undefined at a later date. So that is your introduction to the slope of a line.